Greetings and welcome to the Play Space, the Thursday night Play Space Live. I'm Keith Avalone from Play Games. My son Sam is running the controls, and we welcome you to our unboxing of the second season 20th anniversary edition. It is the 20th anniversary of Play Games. We started in 1999 with secondseasonfootball.com, which quickly morphed into play.com on January 1, 2000, and we've been rolling ever since. Well, there was a bit of a break between 2004 and 2009. I'm going to detail the history of Play Games in sort of a concise form in Monday's newsletter. I'm working on the article right now and kind of give you a little bit of a background story on how this all came to be and how each game was developed. You know, it's not going to be like a book. I probably could write a book, but it'll be sort of a breakdown of a timeline, if you will, of how Play Games came to be and how it came to be where it is right now. So that's coming in Monday's newsletter. The 20th anniversary is kind of, it's kind of a special thing. It's a long time for a company to be in business, so we thought we'd kind of celebrate with some special things this year, and one of them is a special 20th anniversary edition of Second Season Football Game, the game that started it all. It was Second Season that was my first game, and it only seemed natural to begin with that as kind of the starting point for our 20th anniversary celebration. So we put together this very special edition of Second Season Football. It includes some really cool components, some new graphics. We don't intend for this version to replace the current edition of Second Season that is being sold online. We're going to continue to sell that version till further notice for the foreseeable future. But we thought it'd be fun to have kind of an upscale, kind of a deluxe luxury box version of the game for people that really enjoy playing it to kind of have and to celebrate 20 years of Second Season. So, without further ado, let's get to the unboxing. Here is the box. You can see our green screen is kind of making it look a little odd. You can see right through it. Oh my gosh. So probably the best thing to do would be to put it on the table and switch cameras so you can see it this way. I guess I probably want, that's the way we should do it. Okay. So I'll have to kind of jostle it around, move it around as I open it up. It's shrink wrapped. This is the way it'll come to you in the mail. It's got graphics on all sides. The back has nothing on it at this point. We haven't decided exactly what we'll put on the back, but we've left the space for game photos and maybe a little history of the game. So that is yet to be determined, but the rest of the box will look like this. So we'll take the shrink wrap off and show you the components. If I can get it off here. Shrink wrap, don't you love it? I guess I probably should have gotten like a scissors or something, huh?
Can I grab you some scissors?
Yeah, I think I got it. It's coming apart now. All right, so there's the shrink wrap. Here's the game box. It's a sleeved box, so this will come out, and inside will be this. I'm gonna set this aside now because this is done. And here's the game box. So it's kind of a corrugated box with a very nice glossy finish, and inside are all the game goodies. So here we go. We'll take the cellophane off this, and we'll go through each of these components piece by piece, starting with the top. All right, so here's the rule book, and that's going to be the same as what you've got in your version of Second Season. The graphics have been updated, but the game is unchanged. It's not like we've come up with different rules or different charts or anything like that. It's the same game. It's just spiffed up a little. Well, spiffed up a lot, actually. So here's the rule book. We'll set that aside and off to the side here. And we have our little bag of goodies. Now you see we don't have the little discs anymore. We've got these tokens. These tokens will be used to mark the field position and the down marker, and also down and distance and field position. So let me get those out of there and set that off to the side. We have a special D20, which is kind of metallic in appearance. Special pearlized D6s. All right, so the teams that will come with the game are the all-decade great teams. We have obviously spiffed them up a little bit, so they've got kind of a Monday Night Football graphic look to them. This is the 2000 stars defense. Well, let's look at the offenses. Here's the 50 stars and the 60s and the 70s. It's on a very it's on a 110-pound stock color, as you can see, and you've got the defense on one side and the offense on the other. They're the greatest teams. It's basically based on the all-decade teams that pro football came out with to celebrate the 75th anniversary. Well, I guess it was actually more recent than that. But they broke it down and named all-decade teams, and that's what makes these teams up. So you got the 70s, 60s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s. 6 teams will come with the game. We thought about color-coding them based on the dominant team of the decade. So, for example, the 70s would be black and gold, and the 80s would be red and gold. But there seemed to be a lot of gold in there. The 60s would be green and gold. So we ultimately decided to make them all the same color. All right, here's the field. Well, I guess there's something on top of that, isn't it? These are the defense call cards. In the current game, the defense calls when you're playing head-to-head are done with tokens, color-coded tokens. With this version of the game, they'll be on actually separate cards. You'll separate them like this. I'll go ahead and separate them so you can see. And so, if you call it, and they've got a generic back on each of them. So I guess I should hold it this way. So the opponent doesn't know what play you're calling. So you'll choose your play and then reveal it like that, and that will be how the game is played head to head. Here's our field. We've revised the field. The current game comes with an actual football field with little tiny markers and a ball and first down marker that's a little delicate to move. So we made this a little easier to work with. It borrows from some of the homebrew fields that are out there where it's a 10 by 10 grid and you're basically just moving the ball to indicate what yard line you're on. You don't really get the feel of a football field, but it does do a good job of, number one, telling you what yard line you're on, and number two, being easy to maneuver. So we took that theme and made sort of a combination of both. So the ball does move from if you're taking the ball on this goal line, the ball is going to move from left to right, and there are little circular markers for the yards. You'll mark the ball like this and move up the field like this. So it lends itself well for long gains and so far. So let's say you're on the 20-yard line, and let's say you get a 20-yard gain. Well, 5, 10, 20. Now you're 5, 10, 15, 20. I can't even count to 20. So you're at the 40-yard line. Let's say you get a 4-yard run. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're now at the 44, and let's say it's a 17-yard gain. So it's 5, 10, 15, 16, 17. You're now at the opponent's 39-yard line, and you can mark the first down with the blue token. So it's 39. You're at the first and 10 at the 39. You're going to put the blue token there to mark where you're going to get to for the first down. So that's the way the field will work. The rest of it is the same. There's a black token which will mark the downs. Personally, when I play the game, I kind of mentally keep track of what down it is. A lot of people write the score, or write the score sheet is in a line by line method, which helps them keep track of the down and distance that way. But if you do keep track of use the board to keep track of the down, there'll be a black token, a black pawn for you, and a place on the board for that. And of course, the solitaire offense settings, solitaire defense settings, and the tendency and audible markings are identical to what is in the base game currently. We have special speed boards, which you may use, or we debated whether we should include these because, as you'll see with the game book, it's much easier to navigate with the tabs. And some people prefer the extra detail that the game book provides. But we thought, in the end, we decided let's go ahead and put the speed boards in there, and people can use them because, frankly, they're really easy to use, and I've kind of grown really fond of them. So the charts are the same. It's a little bit different graphics, a little bit different coloration to keep with the game theme, but essentially they're the same. There's board A, board B, board C, and board D, and those will go over here. This is the Silverado deck here, which some people use. I hope more people use them. I use it all the time for all my replays and games. It's explained in the rules. I won't go into how it works, but this is the Silverado deck. It is now a double-sided deck. It's got the game logo, 20th anniversary logo on the back, and the play results on the front. And again, you'll simply separate those as normal. I'm not going to go through the whole thing of separating the whole deck, but I'll show you how it does work. So you fold it like that, and you just separate them like that, and voila, there's your Silverado deck. All right, so you got a whole stack of those. Set that to the side of your game board, face down. And now we get to the heart of the game, which is the new game book. I'm going to move the game box out of the way while I show you this. And set this over here. All my scattered game pieces and game scraps, I'll throw those on the floor. All right, so here's the game book. I talked about this a little bit. Is it centered? There we go. So it is tabbed, as you can see. It's a full-size game book, so the print is twice as large. The tabs are set up so that you can quickly get to the individual offensive play. I don't know exactly how to describe it, but like this section above here is where the inside run plays are. Where the line is drawn here, this is where the outside runs are. So if you call it an outside run, you're going to want to use this tab to get to it. All right. Same with the screen, short, medium pass. If you throw a medium pass, you go right here, and you're at the medium pass plays. The second tier of tabs, I'll reveal, has the trick plays, special trick plays and special teams results. Then you've got kicking results here. Kicking it's set up in the same way with the dividers. So if you need to kick, you go right here. This is where the kick plays are. You need to punt, you go here. This is where the punt plays are. You want a return, you go here. This is where the return plays are. Essentially, the plays are in the same order, starting with the pass, then safe, and then run, then blitz. So if I'm going to do a run play against a pass defense, I know that I'm going to go. Let's say I'm doing an outside run versus a pass defense, and I'm going to go right here. It's right there. If it's versus a blitzing defense, I'm going to go to the end of the section, and there it is right there. If it's a safe defense, obviously I switch back this way, and it's right there. Pretty self-explanatory. The charts are identical to the current game book, so this is the one and done version where you'll roll the dice here. If you get an XR result, the X results are here. If you get a go result from here, the go results are here. If you get a penalty, the penalties are right here. If you roll a 55 or a 46, you get an unusual result. They're right here. So it's very speedy to play with the one and done game book, and now it's even faster with the tabbed game pages. Oh, incidentally, this is printed on a heavy, a 67-pound vellum Bristol stock, so it'll be very sturdy. Should hold up really well, and I think it'll be a nice addition to your game collection. So that is the 20th anniversary of second season. We will be taking orders next week. We're going to do a pre-order. I was talking with Sam before the broadcast. How do we describe this? It's kind of like the World Cup cards we did last year, but about the same time, really, where we will take a pre-order. And the reason we're doing the pre-order is because we really don't know how many people are going to be interested in purchasing this. And we do have to special order these materials. We're actually using 3 different vendors to put this game together. So it's going to take some time to get the stuff printed, make sure you have enough buffer time in case something is printed incorrectly, and then to assemble everything. We get, the different companies have different timelines. So, we're unsure, number one, as to how quickly we can put it together, but also we don't want to order, twice as many games as we're going to sell, nor do we want to order half as many. So we're going to do the pre-order to get a gauge on how much interest there's going to be in this. We'll do the pre-order starting Monday. We'll go Monday to Monday. After the Super Bowl, we'll let it roll another day, and then we'll pull it, and then we'll begin to process the orders. And we're saying that we'll deliver this to you before the start of the next football season, which would be training camp starting in July. Frankly, I'm sure we'll do much better than that. But I want to give enough time. As I said, we've got a number of different moving parts here. I want to make sure we've got enough time to make sure everything is right and everything is taken care of. So we're going to say on or before training camp starts in July, probably well before. That, I believe, is pretty much all I have about this. There are details on the website and some photos. If you want to take a look, there's a link on the very front page of the website at the very top.
Where in the description, too, of the video.
Oh, okay. It's linked in the description of the video as well, so you can take a look there. And if you have any questions, of course, you can email me. You can post here. I'll scan the comments section afterwards and answer any questions that need to be answered. So, very exciting. I can tell you it's really fun to play with this version. You do need a little more table space, but it's super fun, and I mean, it's a very... We feel like it's a really professional look. When we got the box back from our printer, we felt like, wow, the prototype. We felt like, wow, this, you could put this on the shelf of a game store and it would not look out of place. So we're really pleased with the appearance, and hope you are too. Next week on the Thursday night PlaySpace Live, Steve Tower from After Further Review will join us in one of our joint broadcasts. He'll join us live from Boston, and we will pre-play Pro Football's big game. He'll be taking Boston, New England, and I'll be taking Los Angeles. We'll be using the quick play version of second season that we demonstrated last week on the PlaySpace. And we'll be using teams that have been put together by Paul Salzgeber from the Cleveland area. He has done this for the last few years for us. Does a great job. We will have those teams available in Monday's newsletter, so you can download the teams Monday, maybe play the game yourself, or kind of examine the teams. And then Thursday night we will tee it off and see who's going to win the big game, Los Angeles or Boston or New England, I should say. I have to be careful how I how I phrase it on an official company video. So plan on joining us. Should be a lot of fun. We will play the quick play version of second season up to the fourth quarter. At some point, if the game is close, we'll switch to full play second season. And I imagine we'll probably use the 20th anniversary edition to wrap up the game. If it's a blowout, we'll just finish it off with the quick play version. Okay, great. Well, thank you for watching tonight. Appreciate you being here. And we will see you next week live from the PlaySpace with Play Games. I'm Keith Avalone. Thanks again for joining us.